Hey, what's cracking, Game Skulls? Welcome back to the $1 Billion Grind. And I am in the middle of a Cayo, and I'm about to get caught by, I lost my motorcycle. And actually, not the main Cayo heist, but just the scout out mission. I went to do the jump to get behind the guard tower, and instead of my motorcycle jumping, it actually threw me off the motorcycle all the way over the hill. I'm surprised I didn't die on impact, but still alive. Tried to sneak over on foot, but yeah, that didn't work out so well. So anyways, happy Monday, everybody. Hope we're all ready for the new week. It is what, Monday the 15th, I want to say. Is that the date? Check that. Days go by so fast. It is Monday the 15th. And we are halfway through August. And oh my goodness, it is Yorick. Yorick, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Don't usually see you on a Monday night, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hope you're doing fine, man. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. Definitely had a chill time hanging out with some friends, watched a movie. As a matter of fact, we watched a movie called Moonfall that was surprisingly kind of interesting. I'd never heard of it even, but it was actually decent. I'm not going to say it's a great movie, but I'm going to say it was a decent movie. And the idea is basically the moon is losing its orbit and crashing into Earth, and we're trying to figure out why and what's going on. And the reasons why end up being pretty interesting, pretty crazy. But hey, Zephyr, how you doing, sir? Oh, national holiday. Okay, well, wonderful. Wonderful. Congratulations on your holiday. That's nice. So anyways, so we are halfway through August now, and I am at 541.5 million. So we'll definitely get up over like 543, 544 today. And of course I got crates building up right now. So hey, Boss Gaming, welcome to the stream, buddy. But my point is, back at the beginning of this, and I forget who it was, but somebody had said to me, when do you think you'll finish the grind? And I rather arrogantly back then said, oh, by the end of August, maybe by the end of September I'll be done. And they were like, no, you're not going to finish it that soon. And well, I have to admit, they were right, man. We're not going to be finishing this at the end of August, that's for sure. I've still got a better part of a $500 million to go. Ooh, got to avoid this car here. But I still think by the end of the year it'll happen again. I mean, I'm averaging at least 40 million a week right now when I'm grinding, so I think it'll still be done in a few more months. We'll see. Definitely not going to be the end of August, so that guy was right. Now, we couldn't have foreseen the changes either, the changes to Cayo, because removing the ability to run Cayo back-to-back, of course, hugely impacts it. No doubt about that. It slows it down and makes it so we can't do it as fast as we could before. But it certainly has added diversity to the gameplay. Can't argue that either. So what am I doing here? We got... Oh, I think we'll do 4 times 10, and then 6 and 7 will be 13. So we'll just do 7 straight up and 3 times 2. There we go. Oh, hey, Mr. 5. Welcome to the stream, sir.
I have connection. You can use it with the app on your phone.
Boss, you hit 1 billion. No, did you really? That's awesome, man. Awesome. Well, congratulations, sir. Congratulations. You are a rich man in this game at this point. I hope to be joining you before too long here. We'll see what happens. I guess I got to ask you, boss, did the recent changes affect your grind at the end there? Did you find yourself having to do like a lot of other stuff other than Cayo now? Oh, tequila, big surprise. That's the other big change I'll say it came with this DLC. Not only can we not run Cayo back to back, but I get tequila more than I've ever gotten tequila now. I've noticed that. It's made a big difference to that. So let's jump back. Whoops. Okay, well, I messed that up. Find new session. Invite only. Okay, so you're going the Dre route. Okay, nice. Yeah. Mr. Five. Yeah. I don't think that was a good choice. I know I said the cheapest one, and I didn't realize the Paleto Bay one was the cheapest. I was thinking the Chumash one was the cheapest, so you definitely want to get to the Chumash one. At least you'll get some. At least you will get some money back when you move to Chumash. You'll get money back on your Paleto one. Dre is much faster than Cayo. Dre is faster than Cayo, really. My complaint about Dre is that I can't get it done quickly enough. I feel like it takes too long. But it might just be that, you know, I'm not as good with that. But I'm finding the crates, the agent sourcing crates to be a big help. Especially when I've got my 5 warehouses all up to 77 crates. And I've got 1.5 million sales to do. That's like 5 Cayos in rapid succession. So I'll suddenly have like 7.5 million. And I'm finding that I'm able to do that about twice a week. It's shaping up. And I'm doing the sourcing almost entirely by the agents, not actually running sourcing missions. So yeah, it's the crates have done a lot for me as far as filling in that gap for Cayo. But I could see where Dre could also be used that way. The only thing I don't see is some people were saying the auto shop contracts would be another thing to use. I don't see that, man. Not really. I tried running a few of those, and number one, I just don't like them. And number two, I don't think they pay that much. I would rather run a couple payphone hits in that time, walk away with the same amount of money, and also have had time to do some other things to make some additional money. Besides that, walk away with more money than I would have made doing auto contracts, and it's not as annoying either. So I don't know. But yeah, Dre's definitely got potential. Crates are the other. And don't forget agency contracts. You know, you can also mix those in too every now and then. You get a Specialist Plus one, as long as it's not the Recover vehicle where you have to go to Humane Labs and get that stupid monkey truck. That's like the worst. As long as it's not that one, pretty much a lot of the contracts are pretty fun to do and pretty quick to do, and they can pay decently as well. Let's get my arcades. I'm going to get my safes cleaned out before I continue this Cayo. They took most of the cutscenes out, so you get right to the missions. Well, I haven't played Dre all the way through again yet, so I need to check it out. I started to run. I think I've got the first act done. But I think it might have to do with your gameplay style too. Remember, I'm not that great at like fighting type stuff, and a lot of the Dre missions involve fighting a huge amount of enemies. And for instance, the one where you go to the party and at the end he escapes out of the helicopter, that one kind of drives me crazy a little bit. I have a hard time with like all the enemies in that courtyard. Then you got to blow up the cars, create the distraction. Then you got to go after the helicopter, and sometimes I can hit that helicopter with my explosive sniper before it gets too far away, and then I don't have to, you know, do too much after that. But other times it turns into a stupid long car chase in a crap car, and I don't know. I've done Dre solo before, but I found it to be kind of tedious. And again, it might just have to do with the fact that I'm not so good at like gunfighting. You know what I mean? My aim is not that great, and maybe if I maybe if I swallowed my pride and got out of free aim, maybe I'd do better. I don't know. I'm so used to free aim. I feel like auto aim would mess me up maybe more than it would help me at this point. I know after I did that stuff with Yorick in his auto aim session, and then I was grinding solo and I forgot that I was still in auto aim, and right at first it was like effing me up a little bit when I was trying to use it, and I ended up just saying, okay, forget this, and switched back to free aim. You know what? Since I'm here, I'm going to take care of my nightclub sale also. Nightclub. That's why it's much faster. Lost contracts on double money, still good money making right there. VIP still double money. I can get Dre done under 1 hour. You can get the entire Dre thing done. You can get the entire thing done in under an hour, like all 3 acts, including the finale. Really? I didn't think it was that fast. I had a hard time running it that fast. I guess, you know, maybe I should try it. I don't know. What did Marcel say? He in the VIP lounge? Gotta get my popularity back up here. No, I guess he said one of... I guess I'll have to look at it. I didn't read it. Hitting the bar upstairs. Oh, he's going to be in the... he's going to be back here in this like little storeroom behind the bar. Ah, here he is. I do like these Marcel missions for club popularity. My favorite ones, of course, are the ones where you throw the guy out because it's literally like 15 seconds and you're done. Let's see, where are we going? Okay, Mount Zona. These ones are a little more tedious because you can't drive too fast and you can't crash. And of course the NPC cars are trying to crash into you all over the place. So this one can be a little more challenging, but it still only takes like a couple of minutes. And of course this one is a pretty short distance because Mount Zona is just right up here around the on the other side of the mall. Isn't it sad? I know Los Santos like probably better than my actual town here that I live in. I know where the hospital is. I mean, I guess I know where the hospital is here in real world too, but it's just funny that I know where Mount Zona is, and I know it's next to the Rockford Plaza Mall. All right, where is the... There it is. Hey, we didn't spook him at all. Have a way to beat the heli when it lifts off, then keep chasing and shooting it. I'm lurking, by the way, playing and streaming myself, but you got a question, ask away, I'll hear it. When's that mod coming? Alright, where is personal vehicle? I'll do the rest of the Cayo setup in a minute. I just want to get some of my maintenance stuff out of the way here. Actually, you know what I noticed before I do the nightclub sale? Oh, really? Right into a building. I've got to go do my agents again at my crate warehouses. Spider-Man is on PC now. Yeah? You know, I never did play that game. I know on PS4 that was huge. So are you saying that on the helicopter mission for Dre, you like will let someone in on that one to help you with that? You don't run that one solo? I don't know. I've done it solo. It's just that it feels tedious and it feels like it takes a long time. But then again, we're talking about $1 million payout. So, you know, even if it takes like an hour and a half to do the whole Dre thing, that's still worth it at that point. It's just that I've been enjoying the other stuff too, a little more busy work. Now, I will say, because this grind now, the way it exists now, involves so many other activities. I mean, I've got the agents here that I'm doing right now. I've got the payphone hits. I've got the mixed goods sales that I do. I've got the MC Club motorcycle repair and delivery. I've got the nightclub popularity missions. Because it involves so many other activities while also waiting for Cayo to cool down and for the bunker to cool down, I've actually had to start using timers to time the activities. So, like right now, the agents at the crate warehouses, they're on half speed. So instead of taking 48 minutes to source their crates, they only take 24 minutes. So I've got like a 24-minute timer that I'll set up, and I'll start it running as soon as I start doing these, so that when that's up, I'll know they're done again. And same thing for all the other activities. And you start getting into a cycle when you start doing that, and the time goes by so fast. I feel like I'm actually spending more time playing the game now because I've got all these other activities going on. But I will say it's not boring. There's a lot of variety of activity going on, and so I guess in a way it beats the Cayo grind, but it is not as quick of a moneymaker as just doing Cayo back to back, you know. But less boring. I'll definitely give it that. It's more interesting with all the different activities. Gotcha, boss. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep pushing a little bit of Dre in there too. But I want to say that crates, at the end of the day, crates are going to be the main secondary income, and it takes a while to build them up, admittedly. Sometimes when I'm doing all these activities and I find myself with like a break where I've got like 10 minutes left on the next timer before I have to do any of my normal activities, I'll either run a source mission, like maybe some manual sourcing missions for crates just to speed them up a little bit, or that's when I'll start knocking out some of the Dre missions, and just kind of crawl my way through the acts. I think there's 3 acts to the Dre thing, and then the finale. I want to say I've got the first act done just from running it a little bit, like in between other stuff. But now that you're saying you can get the whole thing done in an hour, you can get the entire Dre thing done from beginning through the finale solo in an hour. Who said that, by the way? Was that Zephyr? Dre done, same one. I can get Dre done under 1 hour. That was Zephyr that said that. Okay. So you can do the entire thing from the beginning all the way through the finale in under an hour. That's crazy. I didn't think that was possible. You guys are saying they cut out some of the cutscenes, but did they cut out the one at the end? Like after you save Dre and then you're stuck in that studio and you have to sit through that song. Did they cut that out? Because that's the one that annoys me the most. I mean, you're literally stuck there for 5 minutes while they perform a song and your character acts like he's drinking and whatever. I'll have to check it out. No, you still have to sit through that one? Okay, yeah, I figured they wouldn't take that out.
What's up, Pepe? It's done, no problem. Catch you around.
Alright, so we've got the agents done. Like I said, I've got a nightclub sale. And big thanks to Donald, who pointed out to me in comments the other day that I don't have to go back to my nightclub to see where it's at. You can actually call Johan, like as if you're going to do a nightclub product mission, and he'll give you the amount that your nightclub is at. So we'll see it here in the upper left in a second. 726. Yeah, I did it kind of late last night. So that's fine, though. For $750,000, I'll go sell that. It probably means that some of the MC business products are at full. And if they're at full, that means they're not accumulating anymore. So it's better to get them cleared out so that we can get maximum product creation going again. They didn't cut that one, sadly. Yeah, that's the worst, man. You have to sit there so long. You know, after you see it, like the first, however many times. Let me, what's this? Oh, I keep getting that notice. It's been going on for like 2 weeks now. About Social Club or whatever and the 2x money. Let me deposit my cash here. Because we cleaned out the safes. And we got 542 million. Let's go ahead and do a nightclub sale real quick. Oh, actually, none of the MC businesses are full. You know what? It doesn't make sense to sell. If they're still gathering all 5 products, I'd rather go run and do the Cayo and let them keep gathering, because I'm not getting any benefit from selling it right now. It's just when one of them gets full and now you have an agent that's not doing anything, that's when I prefer to start selling. The bunker's been full for like a week. Yeah. It's tough sometimes to get to like the bunker missions, man. So actually I don't have to worry about glitching out on the Cayo stuff because I've already done the scope out. So what I'm going to do is set my spawn location to my Kasatka. And one thing I have found is that jumping sessions to invite only is much faster than jumping to a public session. And, you know, it makes sense because you don't have to negotiate with all the other players' consoles to get into it. It just puts you right in, which is awesome. Bunker, Cayo, cargo, bunker, heist, cargo, Cayo. Yeah, you're getting a cycle going, man. Nice. Did you did you buy the did you buy the new bunker? Did you move yet, or are you still up in Play-Doh? Because you're gonna want to move to Chumash, or the farmhouse is the other one that's decent, but I prefer Chumash myself. Either one is fine though. They're both way better than Polito. And I want to go to, oops, I should have just gone up because I want to go to Elysian Island. There we go. Because, you know, I don't do the Merryweather HQ mission. I refuse. I'm not chasing that stupid helicopter in slow motion all the way across the map. You know, crates, I guess you can do a lot faster, and it depends on your view about using methods that are maybe a little more questionable, because I'm pretty careful about this being a legitimate grind. I won't do this. Oh no, guys, look at this. My document shop is out of... Oh my god, shut up, LJT. Really? Who does the document shop? Anyways, so what I was going to say, though, about... Oh, wait, let me see what Mr. 5 said back. Hold on one sec here. That is crack shot. Nice. Songbird Sack, so I don't even have to mess around with Merryweather right now. I'm going to jump over to Vespucci Beach. Still up in Play-Doh. I'm on 4.3 million, so I could get one closer, but I'll be losing money. A little bit you'll lose, but it's worth it in the long run because the bunker cell missions will be so much faster after that. I highly recommend you move to Chumash or, like I say, the farmhouse. But that's on you, man. You got to decide when you're going to do it. But eventually do it, because trying to sell that bunker from Play-Doh, man, that just, it's such a waste of time. So much wasted time driving. But anyways, so depending on your view of legitimacy of game mechanics and stuff like that, you guys know I've been pretty careful about this being a legitimate grind. I don't use glitches. I don't use stuff like that. I guess the worst you could say I did was I AFK grinded, which means I'd leave my game running and be away so that my products can build up. You could make the argument that that's not legitimate, but I don't really have too much of a problem with that. The other thing I did was I had solo public lobbies. You could maybe make a little more issue with that because you weren't supposed to be able to do like sale missions and stuff in invite only lobbies. But Rockstar has rendered that moot now, haven't they? So now you can do it in invite only lobbies. And to be honest with you, I like it because jumping sessions to an invite only lobby is much faster, as I said, than a public. But having said all that, the guy who I have based most of my Cayo routine off of from his speedrun, Beats Down Gaming, he released a crate warehouse guide a couple days ago. And kind of interesting. There wasn't really much in it that you didn't already know. As usual, he takes shots at people that I don't like. He takes shots. Oh, hey, Invader Moon, welcome to the stream. you know, he takes shots at professional in some of his videos, and this time he took a shot at Tylarius. You know, you guys know I've pointed out the bug with this. Now you can do this stuff in invite-only session, but the terabyte is not working. You can't do your source missions for the terabyte. Well, Tylarius has pointed this out too, that, you know, hey, they need to fix this. So Beats Down, his comment in the middle of his video is, you know, if you're not too bright, you might think they need to fix the terabyte bug, but you know, that's only if you're not too bright. And it's just, there's no reason to say it like that, and I don't agree with them anyway. I think they should fix that, but it brings us to what I'm talking about. The reason he says you don't need to worry about that is because the best way to get around, apparently when you're doing this, according to him, is to do what's called job warping. And so when he's sourcing crates, and he sources them manually a lot, he doesn't actually fly out to the location of the crates and like manually, maybe he manually flies back once he picks them up, but he job warps to a spot really close to wherever they are, and I guess he's got spots set up, and it involves like turning your controller off and selecting a job or something, and then turning it back on, and then you appear in the game, and your job is still active. Your source mission is still active, and then you just pick up the crates right there, and you basically just warp over there rather than physically flying over there. Now, I didn't look too much into it. I kind of brushed over the subject. I don't consider that legitimate. I think that's glitching, job warping, and I had never even heard of it before. But apparently, you know, that's the way to do crate sourcing really fast if you want to do that. But anyways. No, he specifically has mentioned, well, okay, he didn't say the names, but what he did do is he put up a Tylarius tweet with Tylarius's name in it, and Tylarius's tweet was saying Rockstar needs to fix this, and then he says over the top of that, if you're not too bright, then you complain about the terabyte, and while he's doing that, he's showing a Tylarius tweet with Tylarius saying they need to fix it. It was very clearly a shot at Tylarius when he said that, absolutely. And in previous videos, he's taken shots at the professional too, by showing the professional and then making derogatory comments about like what was being advised in the professional video, that sort of thing. So yeah, you're technically right. He doesn't necessarily say their names, but he shows them on screen and then makes his comments. And in my mind, that's taking shots. In a way, it's worse. It's taking shots without having the stones to name them also. And I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like taking shots at people. You know, I guess you could argue I'm taking shots at Beats Down Gaming right now, I guess. But what I'm taking issue with is the fact that he's taking shots with people. As far as his strategies are concerned, I think they're fine. And like I said, I've based my Cayo run very much on his speed run, and it was very, very useful to me. And I'm glad that he posted that because it helped me get my Cayo down, you know, really well. As far as the crates thing though is concerned, depending on your view of legitimacy, I don't think that job warping is legitimate, and I feel like that's glitching. But, you know, you might have your own opinion about that. But I thought I'd mention it for anyone who's interested in making crates a bigger part of their routine. They can source crates, and apparently you can do it a lot faster if you job warp to where they are, rather than actually manually flying out to where they are. But anyways. You know what else he did? He took shots at GTA, man. He also took shots at Laser Gaming. Laser Gaming did some kind of a guide the other week. And so he put up a post showing Laser Gaming's, you know, video, and says, gee, I wonder where he got the idea for that. You know, as if anyone who does something that he did, you know, must have gotten it from him. I don't know, man. I don't know. That guy seems to have problems with a lot of people. I don't hear people take issue with other YouTubers as much as I hear that guy do it. But he has some good info in his videos. Like I said, his Cayo guides, top notch, absolutely top notch. Crate guide, I mean, how much can you really learn about crates? You source them, you sell them. But the only thing I learned that I didn't know about from his crates guide was, like I say, the job warping thing. But I don't agree with doing that. I feel like that would that would be tantamount to glitching and would render this illegitimate at that point. So, anywho. Alright, let's see here. Got to return to storage and get my phantom wedge. And I'm going to switch to my expanded radar for this at this point. And I guess body armor, because these guys are going to shoot the heck out of me when I go in there. Oh, hey, Invader. Hey, yeah, no, on Mondays, I'm pretty short on time because I work. So I don't do any group sessions on Monday nights. But on Friday nights, absolutely, man. We can do stuff together on Friday nights. But Monday nights, I just grind solo. Also, you really should do Cayo solo. It's you'll get a lot more money for it. If you want to do heists like in groups, I would suggest like the casino heist or something instead. I would advise the Dre thing, which is easier to do with multiple people, but the payout for secondaries and Dre. By the way, has anyone done Dre with someone else since the update? Did they increase the payouts to the people who helped with the Dre heist? Or did that stay at like 50,000? Because they did increase payouts to associates for like other activities quite a bit. Wonder if anyone knows that. I haven't run the Dre yet. Maybe that's what we'll do on Friday. Maybe we'll go through a Dre and see if... Oh, come on. I gotta make my turn here. We just... do the unprofessionals have a Discord server? We just used Carolina's Discord server. We mostly just hung out in there. And Carolina, you know, she streams on Twitch. But we don't have a unprofessionals specific Discord server, no. Gotta love the train, man. Chicken with the train. You know, that's what I would like to do on Friday night if anyone's up for it. Run through a Dre. I'll get it to the finale so we can just do the finale. I'll try to get all the other missions done beforehand. And then I'm curious to see what the secondary payouts are on Dre now, if they change them or if they're still just 50 grand. Because that was the only thing about Dre. I was very disappointed when I ran Dre with the unprofessionals and I got my million and all they got was 50,000. All right. Oh, hey, GD. Okay, so they have not adjusted that then. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping, since they were talking about buffing secondary payouts for like associates, but I guess maybe that's just for business work, like CEO work. This whole update has been very CEO centric, it feels like. I've done a few vehicle exports, but I don't know, they don't seem to be as... They don't feel as lucrative as they used to. Turn the clock back to 2018, like right before the Nightclub came out, and my entire grind was centered around CEO exports at that time. I would want to export a high-end car every 20 minutes. So in between the exports, of course, I would have to do the sourcing mission, and then I would also run like a couple VIPs and stuff like that in between. And that was like my whole grind. And I felt like I earned a lot of money. But once the Nightclub came around, the Nightclub really changed everything and brought AFK grinding into vogue in my mind. Because now you could have your engineers set up on 5 different products. basically crates or air, whatever you have. I don't think anyone does the air stuff much anymore, but crates, bunker, cocoa, blue sky meth, and counterfeit cash. And those are like the 5 most valuable stuff to have your nightclub gather. And you just have it do it AFK, and then once a day you've got like $1 million sale. And that became the new meta for a while, and it seemed kind of pointless to even do the vehicle sourcing at that point. Between a bunker sale and a nightclub sale once a day, that was $1 million a day, just AFKing. And then, like, you know, a half hour worth of cell missions at the worst. So then all the free time was just spent, you know, doing free roam stuff, whatever. Nightclub really changed that meta, I feel like. And now Cayo came along, of course, and just blew everything out of the water. But it was active play. Like, you know, you can't AFK grind Cayo, obviously. Whoops. Oh, no, this is not the location. Huh. I know the locations by heart. I wasn't really looking at the radar, so when I fly up on one, I'm like, oh, this must be it. That wasn't it, though. And as much as I appreciate the fact that they buffed the secondary targets for when you have the lower end primaries, I still feel like they've turned up the probabilities on the lower end primaries too much. So I want to say, let's say I've done 10 Cayos, you know, over the last few days. 8 of them have been tequila, and then there was like 1 ruby necklace and 1 bearer bonds. I did get a pink diamond at one point last week. But yeah, I feel like tequila is like the predominant primary target. You get it more than anything else now. And I've heard other people say similar things that, man, it's like tequila, tequila, tequila. Now, the one nice thing I will say about it is that tequila now usually gets decent secondaries, and the secondaries have been buffed. So even a tequila comes away with very close to 1.5 million. So it's still worth doing. Oh. Okay, I'm not hitting this guy. There we go. I gotta go over. Okay, to the left. Pick this guy up. And let's get out of here before these guys in the cars melt me. There we go. Got a little tight in there for a second. That's the thing. They nerfed those rockets on the Oppressor Mark IIs, so they don't turn quite as sharply as they used to. So when I'm trying to take out the NPCs on the ground like that, sometimes they miss if I don't have a good angle on them. That was happening just now. Also, that particular location has that weird little thing, that trigger point that you have to go to the left and trigger before you pick up the you know what, I don't think I parked very well here. I hate coming back out and finding my oppressor like falling into the sea. Yeah, I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. But that location in Rockford Hills there, for the plasma cutter, you have to go off to the left a little bit and hit a trigger point and then pick up the duffel bag. Otherwise, if you pick up the duffel bag and take it back to the Kasaka, you come back out of your Kasaka and you still have to fly back to Rockford Hills and hit the trigger point afterward. It's really annoying. Bad level design, or bad mission design. Oh, my warehouses are ready to be cycled again. I just got the notice. And I guess 77 is the number of crates that you can have and not get raided still. As soon as you cross that threshold into 78, I guess that's when the timer starts going off for raiding and stuff. I'm glad we did the Cayo races because on Thursday, the next weekly update, we'll be getting 500,000 for. Oh, are they going to pay us $500,000 bonuses for doing that? Oh, that's nice. Rockstar's been given a lot of bonuses like that lately. It seems like every other time I log in, it's like, well, you've been awarded 200,000. Now to be fair, I'm AFK grinding a lot, so sometimes it's several days between like when I log in. But yeah. Is it really, Pavel? Thank you for sharing that with me, sir. I wasn't aware of that. Okay. You ever notice these trigger points can be like touchy? Like if you don't stand in exactly the right spot, you can't hit the D-pad. That's another example of like bad design, I feel like, and it makes me wonder, like, do these guys even play their game? Do they even play it and like experience it and see this stuff? They should increase that that trigger point for that switch. God knows the movement in this game is like wonky enough as it is. Oh, good. I didn't have to wait for that guy. Of course, now if you approach the laptop too soon, you gotta wait a second. Otherwise, you won't get the trigger. There we go. We got it. All right. Oh, so... Oh, wait. I've also seen a couple videos on YouTube. Scramjets have been disappearing out of people's garages. Really? I think this guy has a scramjet. I'm not going to actually call it, but let me just see. Where's my mechanic? There he is. I think it's in the office garage. I think that's where I have it.
You calling for some wheels?
Office garage 1.
I'll hook you up.
Huh. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. I just had to scroll down a little bit. I was right when I'm looking at it, like it's not in the list, but I had to scroll down one. There it is, Scramjet. All right, good. Well, I didn't... Okay, I was not trying to hit this guy. Sorry, buddy. Well, that hasn't happened to me, but I hope it doesn't. That's annoying if it does. But so what I was saying though, on the way to that archive or that warehouse, I guess 77 is the number of crates that you can have before being triggered for a raid. I know the first week that I was starting to do this, I was trying to build all the way up to 111, but because of the way that I do stuff. Oh, this one's under the bridge, isn't it? Because of the way I was doing stuff, I was triggering raids. And I lost actually a lot of crates. I had several warehouses that were up to like 80-some crates, and then they were down to like 60-some after I got raided. So I actually lost quite a few crates that first week because of that. But I guess the level is actually 77. Once you hit 78, that's when raids will start getting triggered. And that's a little bit in conflict with other stuff. A lot of people were saying 75, but 77 actually makes more sense, because if you know how those shelves are laid out in your warehouse, it's much easier to see 77, because it'll be basically 3 full, like there's 4 main rows of shelves in the middle, and each one is 21 crates. So if you've got the first 3 completely full, that's 63. And then 70 and 77, because they're 7 by 3, the rows. You'll be able to tell easily by looking at those shelves where you're at. So you basically want the first 3 rows filled, and then the 4th row, you want the bottom 2 rows filled. As soon as you start filling the top row on that 4th row, as soon as you start filling the top crates on that 4th row, that's when you've gone past that 77 mark. So it's time to sell at that point. So anyways, I'm going to be watching that as my warehouses build up. And actually, I need to go. I need to go get those agents sourcing crates again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that before I do this last setup. Is that different? There is no security upgrade on the crate warehouses. It's not like the bunker where you have that security upgrade that basically prevents raids. And yeah, the MC businesses have the security upgrade too, and they're supposed to prevent raids or at least lower the percentage of them. Boy, I'll tell you what, I would really hate to see the MC business raids without the security update, because I couldn't stand it with it. I've got all my MC businesses upgraded all the way for security, and I still, whoops, I'm moving totally like on autopilot here. I've got to go do the crate warehouses here before I do this last setup. I've had my MC businesses completely upgraded for security, and I still get raided constantly. And it was so bad that when I would do an MC business sale, I would try really hard to jump back out of my MC the minute the sale was done instantly in order to avoid having a raid happen, because it would happen so frequently and so often. It was really, really annoying, man. It really, you know, the MC businesses in general, I just don't like. I like the clubhouse. I don't mind the clubhouse contracts, which, by the way, someone mentioned earlier, those aren't double money. Yes, they are. And some of those are pretty valuable right now. I guess they added some new ones, I think. I don't mind that. I like the new mechanic where you repair a bike and then deliver it, which is kind of like the auto shop thing just for motorcycles. But it pays better, and it's actually a little easier, I would even say. I don't care so much for the new mechanic with the bar because they underpowered it. It's like the arcade. It only gets like $5,000 a day, and the safe maxes out. It's not even a safe. You just have like a bag of money back in your office, and it maxes out at $20,000. So I don't even bother with that one. If they would max it out at $100,000, I would do it. But who knows? Maybe they'll buff that down the road. But MC businesses themselves, like the Cocoa, the Brownie Mix, I don't like those businesses. I mean, you've all heard me say it a million times. I hate the sell missions. The sell missions are so stupid and tedious for the most part. And I get those stupid post-op trucks. I get them all the time, it feels like. But the other thing I hated about them was that they got raided so often, man. It was such a frequent occurrence. Sometimes I'd only be in my MC for like 3 minutes, and it's like LJT's on the phone. Oh, we got a problem at this one. You know, you need to run over and you get this. Just annoying. And it didn't seem like the fact that I had the security upgrade, it didn't seem like it did anything. Like I said, I would really hate to see it without the security update. I imagine you would spend all your time dealing with raids if you didn't have it. So anyway, that's MC businesses for you. I never did like them. Hey guys, if anyone's on Xbox, Invader Moon could use some help selling a huge cargo warehouse. I'm guessing you've got 111 crates to sell, which is going to be possibly 3 vehicles, depending on which sell mission you get. Hopefully someone will help you with that. I don't know if you guys saw, I actually failed a big sell mission the other week. I lost about $1.5 million doing it to the buzzards in my Titan plane. So this cycle of doing these agents in the warehouse, it only takes about 4 minutes on my, if I'm doing it on my oppressor. And like we said, they source 1, they source 2, they source 3. Sometimes they source special items. Also, I've noticed when they source a special item, I've noticed that it sometimes comes with a crate too. So like it won't just be the special item. I've seen a message where it said, yeah, it got, 2 crates and then also this special item. So really, really a great mechanic that they've added here. The only change I would make, a bug that I wish they would fix, well, I guess it's not a bug, a feature I wish they would add is I don't like the fact that I have to go individually to every single warehouse and do this. I feel like they could have made it so that I can just call Lupe and order it. Pay the money and have them go do it. I mean, everyone has phones, right? It's kind of silly that I have to go do this in person at every single warehouse. I prefer a phone call, which, of course, would leave me free for other grinding. Maybe in a future update. We'll see. Didn't they say that all the stuff in this update was in response to customer wishes, that they were listening? Anyone buying that? You think a lot of people were saying to them they needed to nerf Cayo? I don't think anyone was saying that to him. Well, maybe Yorick. I know, Yorick. I know you were kind of down on Cayo because it was taking over the game and nobody was doing anything except that anymore. So I know your feelings on that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about it. Although I would tell you that if they had not nerfed Cayo, after I had finished my $1 billion grind, I wouldn't have run Cayo as often anymore. I wouldn't have spent all my time doing that anymore. It was just the best way of doing the grind, since I'm trying to hit a certain financial target in game. But you are right. That is pretty much all anyone was wanting to do anymore. That and casino heists. It seems like people really do the casino heists a lot also. Anyone remember the other year they put out the challenge, if you guys can grind to a certain amount on the casino heist? And I guess the numbers, if you believe them, were just like ridiculously overshot. I think they said if you guys can grind $1 trillion, and it ended up being like 10 trillion or something, that players grinded on casino heist. I remember a time when everyone ran Rooftop Rumble. That's what we should do on Friday for some nostalgia. We should run some of the old Contact missions. And I really wish they would leave Top Fun in the game. That is probably... I know it doesn't pay anything, but I'll say that the Top Fun adversary mode is probably some of the most fun I've ever had in this game. It's just fun to run. The Vespucci job stuff isn't too bad, but I feel like Top Fun is one of the best like adversary modes they ever had, or versus modes, or whatever it's called. Maybe that's a versus mode. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the difference is. Yorick, staff just got me a diamond. Nice. Yeah, they got me one yesterday, actually. I had the diamond also. Sells for like 135, I think. All right, are these guys gonna come out or what? I think there's like 2 left back there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that was all of them. Well, maybe they'll show themselves after I land. Yep, he did. Of course he did. I will say one thing you have to... Yeah, there's 2 of them. And if you guys just heard that explosion just now... Oh, look at these guys, man. Is he, like, actually dead yet? Okay, he is. One of the things you have to be careful up here, I've noticed, is... if you use the missiles like I did, sometimes it'll set a fire up here, and there's a few things up here that will explode, like generators and maybe like a hilo or something. And I've been on this roof after like taking out all the guys with missiles, and I was running around looking for the tool, and I happened to run right next to the generator, and it exploded and killed me. Of course, I respawned on the ground. Then I had to, call for my presser and fly back up there again. Real, time waster. But something you do need to be careful of when you're doing the mission at that location. Oh, when I sold my diamond Yorick, it put it on the tugboat for me, which was a little bit annoying. I prefer the truck for a single item delivery, but you really can't pick. Hey Remington, how you doing, buddy? So I think that's the end of the preps, isn't it? So let's return it. Did I return it? Yeah, I guess I could use my radar. And I'm also gonna change my, speaking of radar, I'm gonna get rid of the expanded radar view, and it's off to Cayo we go for the actual heist. Doing good, you? I'm doing good, pretty good, sir. Thank you very much. At the halfway point of August, I guess we can start looking forward to some cooler weather coming up here now. Maybe it's been a hot summer, hasn't it? At least it has around here in the Midwest. All right. And I know there's cocoa and brownie mix for me here. I'll look at it in a second here. The map's going to be blurry for a moment. Okay, yeah. So I got cocoa and then 2 brownie mixes on the other side. Yeah, I got to go to the other side anyway. So I'll probably just do the cocoa up at the top one and then jump across the water and get both brownie mixes from the other side. I guess that'll be the best way to do it. And then it's only tequila, unfortunately. But the secondaries will be worth a lot more. And I have noticed, too, with tequila that it seems like the office safe has been a little bit better, too. Like, I've actually had $100,000 in the office safe a number of times with tequila now. 90 to 100,000. So, like I said, tequila now is regularly getting up like 1.48, 1.49 million. I even beat 1.5 million, went to like 1.51 or something like that. So, definitely the buffing to the secondary targets has helped. But the fact that they give me tequila so often, that's a little bit annoying. Like I said, of the last 10 Cayos I've done, I think I've had tequila like 8 times. It's way more frequent than it used to be. And let's pop this guy. Can I get him in sight? There he is. I'm gonna wait for the Jeep to go by. There he is. Boom. All right, let's do this. Yeah, huge nerve. Yeah, it really is. The cooldown, of course, is the worst. But yeah, in addition to the cooldown, they changed the percentage chance of getting the good primaries. The only benefit, I will say, has been the fact that the secondaries are buffed when you do have the lower primaries. That is good. Also, right here, this location here, this building, the camera is always here now. Before, it was hit or miss. Sometimes the camera was here. I'm talking about this video camera right here. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it wasn't before. Whoops, I did not mean to knock this guy down. Okay, good. I got him before. That always sucks. It's a good way to alert everybody to do that. Anyways, the camera outside this building didn't used to always be here. Sometimes it would be here and sometimes it wouldn't. But I have noticed since the update, the camera is always here. Speaking of which, it's going to be coming back the other way. Can I beat it? Let's play roulette. Or chicken, I guess, might be a more accurate analogy. There we go. Got it. And we'll see where this guy is too. This guy like doesn't show up on the radar until he comes around the building. I'm just gonna wait for him because I'm not sure how long he's been gone. He'll be along in a minute. So yeah, those are some other differences. That camera's always there now. Also, when you're getting the, there he is, by the way. When you're doing the prep missions and you're getting the fingerprint cloner, if you get the peer location for it, it used to be that the security cameras outside there didn't work. Now, originally they did work, like way back in the day, but for a long time, for like the last 6 months or so, they didn't work anymore, and they fixed those also. So, little minor changes here and there. Clearly, though, the most momentous change to Cayo Perico. You'll see it in a moment. I'll show you guys this. This is huge, and I think it was very desperately needed. I'm glad that, you know, they listened to the people, and I'm sure you guys are picking up on my sarcasm at this point. I'll show you in just a minute here. But the cooldown nerf, you know what I don't like about the cooldown nerf? The fact that they specifically target solo runners. So if you run it with a group of people, it's got a 48-minute cooldown like all the other heists. But if you run it solo, it's got a 2-hour, 24-minute cooldown, which initially was bugged, was like 3 hours and 12 minutes right at first. Boy, my heart sank when that happened, I'll tell you, but then they fixed it a few days later. But the fact that you have a longer cooldown for having done it solo versus doing it with a group, I feel like it's just a punishment to solo people who want to do it solo. I don't like that. I mean, if they're going to put a cooldown, fine, but it should be the same no matter what. It should be the same whether you do it with people or whether you do it solo. 48 minutes, that's that. Although, with the 2-hour, 24-minute cooldown, I certainly have discovered a lot of other stuff to do, so I'll give them that too. So anyways, of all the changes they made to Cayo, I think the biggest, most impactful one, and was probably something that a lot of people was asking for, was right here when you go through the tunnel. I'll show you guys. This is big. And I know you're picking up on my sarcasm. Actually, it's already there. It's already visible. You now have a torch on your body when you're down here, so that the tunnel, when you swim through it, has some light. Honestly, why did they add that? Why? What was the point? I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, I don't really care, I guess, but it just their description of, you know, we listened and we added all the stuff that people wanted, and I think to myself, really, was somebody really clamoring for a torch when you swim through the tunnel? Really? Were they really? I don't see it. I don't see anyone clamoring for the cooldown either, other than York. Here we go, guys. Look at this. So now you have a torch on your back. And look at this. You have a glow in the tunnel with you now. Yeah, that was so important. Anyways, obviously I'm being sarcastic. Did I manage to trigger? Yeah, I guess I did. Sometimes that takes a little while too. You get to the end here and you hit right D-pad, and then it doesn't take you to this scene for a minute. All right, timing is crucial at this point. Now, one thing they added, and you know, I'm gonna mute the music for a second here. Guys, listen to this. They added like mech warrior type music. It's gonna mess up my timing, of course. They added like mech steps to the Juggernaut. Oh wow. Oh, thank goodness I didn't set him off. I really got my timing messed up here. I don't want this to get seen by the camera. I did, guys. That's what I get for screwing up my timing. Only choice I have. Jump sessions. Really? I couldn't even jump sessions fast enough to get out of there. Ah, that's what I get for messing around. So if this ever happens to you and you still want to get your, what's it called? And you still want to get your, oh no, I might have missed it now. I was going to say, if you still want to get your elite challenge and your 100 grand, you want to jump sessions and get out, but maybe you have to beat it first. I may have just killed my elite challenge by doing that, by hitting A. I probably should have done a quick restart and then jumped sessions. Maybe that's what I should have done. Well, that sucks. Oh well. Is what it is. Put the music back on. And all that because I wanted you guys to hear the footsteps of the Juggernaut. And what I was trying to do was find a new session, and for some reason I just shot right past it and I didn't click it. So I think I still have my spawn point in my Kasaka, which is what I want so that I can go launch the mission. All right, let's try this again. Bummer. What a bummer. You know, it's funny though, as many times as I've done this, I have messed up the mission plenty of times, despite the fact that I'm really, really familiar with it. Well, it says hard mode is still active. Let's see if it lets me. I'll be curious to see if I still get my elite challenge of 100 grand now, or if it's going to note that I failed. Come on, loading screens. You can do it. There we go. All right, let's try this again. See, for as many times I do it, I still screwed up. Although, admittedly, the reason I screwed that one up was because I was like messing with the music and trying to make it so you guys could hear the Juggernaut footsteps. But that is something that they added in also, is when the Juggernaut walks by you, he's got this like metal sounding, like mech warrior Terminator type footprints when he's walking. All right. Never sure exactly how far to let that Jeep go by before I take that shot. If I take it too quickly, it will alert the Jeep, and we'll end up with problems. So one thing about Cayo is if you want that elite challenge, you do have to stay stealth all the way through it. You cannot get caught. Because even though I got caught, it will give it to me? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure because I didn't jump sessions quickly enough. I ended up hitting A to continue instead, but I think you're right. I think it's going to give it to me. It still said hard mode on the screen in the Kasaka, so I think it will. But we'll see for sure in a moment. I think you're right, though. But yeah, you do have to stay stealth all the way through this. See, even though I got caught, I could have just shot my way out and continued the heist and, you know, gotten the prize and gotten out. But a couple things would happen. One, I would have taken a few shots and I would have lost some money because every time they shoot you, you start like dropping secondary loot money. And secondly, they can get overwhelming pretty quickly. I have gotten caught before and I was not able to fight my way through it. There were just too many of them and I ended up going down. So sometimes it's also futile to even try to fight through it once you get caught. And at the end of the day, I want that 100 grand anyways, so. I guess maybe the only way you lose the Elite Challenge is if you do a quick restart. I want to say, I know you lose it then if you do that. I'm waiting for this guy. Here he comes. All right. So, take this guy out. Take out the 2 cameras for whatever reason. They couldn't fix that though. Also, this thing where you shoot this and the door stays open. I hope that's intentional. I hope they don't end up fixing that. I've never been sure if that's a glitch or if that's intentional. Like, you know, you're breaking the mechanism, so now the door stays open. I felt like it was intentional, like just kind of like a secret strategy kind of thing. But you never know. You never know. We might come here one day and it doesn't work. I know there's one over at the main dock also that does not work on. So it makes me wonder. Is it a glitch or is it intentional? I'll tell you what, without the ability to get in there, that would also severely impact my Cayo. So I hope that's not a glitch, and I hope that they don't fix that. All right, so this time, I'm just going to mute the music now. And then I'll keep my timing right when I get in there. And you'll hear when the Juggernaut goes by, then doom, 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 as he's walking. It's kind of cool sounding, actually. Kind of menacing. I want to say it's maybe the same sound you hear from the Juggernauts in Doomsday. I want to say they make that sound, too. You know, York and I just did the Agent Alt missions the other week. And you do face a lot of the Doomsday Juggernauts there. I want to say that they make that sound as well. But this guy is not like a mech. This guy doesn't have tech on him. He's just a guy in a Juggernaut suit is all. He's not a Doomsday robot, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. Well, it's weird without the music, isn't it? It's like eerily quiet. I could turn on music in the game. Like right now, it wouldn't play anything commercial. It would just play the mission music. But I tend to leave the music volume all the way down just because, you know why. And it's really annoying, actually, when you do the Dre heist, by the way. You have to hear the music. Not in the finale so much, but like when you're going into the casino party where they're playing it and stuff like that. And even if you have the music turned down in the game, like it still is audible in there. Makes it kind of hard to do that one on stream. Because, copyright being what it is. Isn't that ridiculous, too? Like, you've got something like that that's built in the game. Nobody's watching this stream to hear the song. Yet, if you stream the play and the song is playing in the background like that, you'll get nailed for it. It's, I don't understand why they can't fix that. Why, they can't recognize that, okay, that's not really an applicable, situation for that. For copyright. All right, now you guys will be able to hear it. And now my timing's not going to be off. God, I keep running into these guys. Okay, and he was kind of far away to hear. Maybe we can't hear it. Now, as long as I kill him on that side of that wall, I don't have to worry about that camera seeing his body. My timing is on. Okay, good. I got the gate keys. After this guy that I just killed, there was only one more chance, the guy at the top. And lately I've noticed too, so I get tequila more than anything else. True. And I also noticed that the 2 times I got something other than tequila, like when I got the bearer bonds and when I got the pink diamond, I noticed that I did not get a guard with the gate keys on my main route. And I ended up having to do the elevator here to get into the basement, which, as you guys know, has like 4 fingerprints instead of 2 to hack. So it slows you down. I don't know if that's intentional or if that was just random chance. Because even back in the day, there were sometimes heists where I would not get the gate keys from the guys that I normally killed. So it might have just been chance, but I noticed that both times it happened, it was when I had the higher end target. So I don't know if that was related or not. And I am going to put the music back on. Feels kind of empty without it to me. Whoops. 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, that was an easy one. There we go.
You have cracked it? The vote must be close.
I know some people have been posting glitches here on YouTube about ways to get into the basement areas where you move like some crates around and you jump up and you fall through a wall or whatever. They fixed one of them, I guess, where if you I guess there was one upstairs by the office safe where after you open the office safe, you can climb up it and you can kind of fall through the building and end up down here, and you can go into the rooms where the gold is and stuff then. They fixed that one, I guess, with last week's patch, where now if you do that, you die when you fall, which is good. But there's like other ones too, where you can like move furniture around and stuff, and then move it close to certain walls and then climb up on it and fall down and stuff. I've never done those glitches, and they look like they're more trouble than they're worth, to be honest with you. But if you were interested in doing that sort of thing, that is something else you could do to get like more take out of Cayo. I imagine the gold must be really valuable when you've got tequila. Like it must be buffed, a lot. Cocoa's worth, like an entire pack of cocoa is worth like 80 grand more than it was before. All right, let's get out of here. All right. So I used to think you had to swim out to that skeleton out there, but I now know that where it says escape Cayo Perico down at the bottom, as soon as that disappears, you can just stop swimming and you're done. So like it's gone. So now I do the Nirvana Nevermind cover. The baby in the water. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that or not. This reminds me of that album cover though. And we're all done. Let's see what the take is. I should get my elite challenge because like GD said, I completely restarted. This is actually going to be the lowest one I've seen since the update. So it's going to be 1.45. So not quite 1.5. Usually I have not seen it under 1.48 prior to this one. So this is the lowest one I've seen since the update For tequila, I mean. Well, I mean, I guess tequila is always the lowest one, but anyway, you know what I mean. Oh, my crates are ready. Oh, that was kind of a low payout. But it is what it is. Let's call for the oppressor. And get my expanded radar back. I only put the smaller radar on for the heist so that I can see like the vision cones from the guards and stuff. So it's like 7:50 p.m. my time, so I don't actually have my timers up right now. So 2 hours and 24 minutes till I can buy the next Cayo. So that'll be like 8:50, 9:50, 10 something. Yeah, looks like no one's available tonight, Invader. Sorry about that. Are you afraid to sell it solo, though? Because I've been selling mine solo. You just don't want to take the chance. If you get trucks, it's really, really easy. Hey, Sam. 2 hours and 24 minutes, actually, is the cooldown. So, like 8:50, 9:50, and then 10 o'clock, 10:10. So, by like 10:15 p.m. Eastern, it'll be ready to go again. Now, I work tonight, so... and I want to say that actually, like, just now I got this text from Pavel. I tell you, Captain, robbing this man is no longer work. It's our calling. I think that's what actually starts the cooldown timer right there when you get this. I don't think it's when the heist is done. Because I had a 2 hour, 24 minute timer that I actually ran, and I started it as soon as I was back in free mode. And then it took a while, like another minute or so after that, when that timer ran out until it was up. Oh, Sam, you didn't know about the cooldown? That's what the big update was, or well, a big part of the big update, the summer DLC. They added a cooldown to Cayo Perico, where if you do it solo, you can't do it again for 2 hours and 24 minutes. Yeah, I don't want to take the chance to sell it solo, Mock. I mean, if you get trucks, you really can't fail it. I mean, I guess if you got Titans, then yeah, I would say if you get Titans, just jump sessions. You'll lose like 2 or 3 crates. You have to source them again and then try again if no one's going to help you. I can't because I actually need to end the stream in a little bit here because I have to start getting ready for work. I work at 9. And like I said, Mondays, I don't really play in group sessions. But if I know you probably don't want to wait till Friday, but if you want to do it on Friday, we can do it. But I would advise you to try a solo sale. The worst that could happen is if it looks like you're going to fail, you just jump sessions and worst case scenario, you lose 3 crates and you do a source mission and get them back. But if you get the trucks, I would be very surprised if you failed that because you literally just have to drive them to the drop-off point, drop them off. Maybe some people come after you afterwards, but they're really easy and you've got like a half hour to finish it. And usually it only takes about like not even 10 minutes. But I understand if you're nervous about that. I get it. I know the first time I sold a large warehouse solo, I wasn't sure about it. Before that, I had always used the 9 crate method. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, I didn't do a lot of crates anyways. Like I said, I mostly did CEO import export, but I had a single small warehouse. And the only real reason I had it was mostly for nightclub, so that I would accrue nightclub crates. And then, but I would sometimes do a couple source missions, and I would get 9 crates. And once I had 9 crates, I would sell. And what does it sell for? Like 110,000 or something? I forget what 9 crates sells for. And the idea was, if you have no more than 9 crates, you will never have more than 1 vehicle. That was the idea behind that. You're gonna try selling it solo? All right, man. I think you can do it, man. I don't see. I sell them solo. Now, y'all saw what happened to me in the Titan last week with the buzzards. That was a learning moment for me, a lesson. Lost $1.5 million on that one. Turns out, even if you make 8 drops, if you end up getting blown up in that Titan, you lose it all anyway, even though you made 8 drops. I will never make that mistake again. And then if you guys watched on Friday, I think it was, I was doing the Titan mission where you had to stay under the radar. Or maybe that was last week, Monday too. I don't know. Whenever it was. That one is also a real pain, man. Trying to fly that Titan low, in half the places they have you going, the trees are taller than the radar floor that you have to stay under. So it's like, you know, how do you even do this? But I did manage. You just kind of have to take your time with it. I guess the important thing is not to feel rushed, because you have an entire half hour to finish it. But Invader, if you're going to do that solo, the one piece of advice I will give you is, if you get the Titan plane and if you see that there are 10 drops, and if it's not the one where you have to stay under the radar, I will warn you to be careful of the buzzards. And maybe the best thing to do is jump in the Titan, get all the drop-off points to show up on your radar, and then jump on your oppressor and fly around to all those points and make sure there's no buzzards and take them out before you bring the Titan by. Because I'll tell you what, you probably will not get away from the buzzards in the Titan if you run into them the way I did last week. So anyway, that is the one piece of advice I will give. Be aware of that mission. In fact, if you get a Titan plane, maybe just jump sessions. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna grab the safe here and went for a nap. They haven't serviced since. Okay, before I do the nightclub sale, I am gonna take care of this quick Marcel mission here for club popularity. Sam Boss, these are facts. Yeah, I've learned a lot about crates the last week or two. For a guy who never did them up until this update. Oh, well, it's the one you guys warned me about. I have to drive this guy all the way to Sandy Shores. This is the first time I've gotten this one. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. It's like everyone's least favorite. Thing is, you can't drive too fast or else the guy in the car starts getting spooked. So you have to keep him calm. You can't get in wrecks either. That probably means I can't jump down onto the freeway. I'm going to have to actually take the entrance. How tedious. Oof. What am I doing? Swerving here. Alright, well. It is what it is. I'll drive up past the little bowl theater place here. Try to keep the speed down, otherwise this guy freaks out on you. If you do that, Invader, let us know how that goes. I'm curious to find out. I hope you get trucks. I hope you just get trucks. They're so easy. Tugboat's pretty easy too. The only thing you have to be aware of with that is when you go to the boat, there will be guys waiting for you there. So I usually fly up on an oppressor and take them out before I get on the boat. And I guess sometimes helicopters will chase the tugboat too. That has not happened to me yet, but I guess that is also a thing. So be prepared to take them out. But again, you have a half hour, man. So if it's trucks or tugboat, just relax. There's no reason to like rush it or try to do it too fast. You've got all the time in the world on it. If it's Titan, just jump session. Oh, look at, see, I'm not even paying attention. I'm so used to driving the speed that I drive. Look at the VIP spooked meter down in the lower right above the clock. It's like creeping up on me. I don't know what, I guess if he gets all the way to spooked, I guess you fail the mission. That's never happened to me yet. I've never failed one of these yet. I sometimes wonder when I'm doing payphone hits, when you're doing the tech entrepreneur. You pick the guy up in the taxi, and you either drive him to the ocean and drown him, or you drive him to a gas station, blow him up, or you drive him to the car crusher in the junkyard. I've wondered, can you fail that mission? Like, can you, like, if you start crashing your car, will he finally freak out and will the mission fail? Or is he just a lump of clay sitting in your car, basically, who never reacts to anything? Because right at first, he's saying stuff like, be careful, no long routes, I'm not a tourist and stuff. But then I think he maybe kind of falls asleep or something. I don't know. The idea being he's like all passed out drunk. And this is a long drive to Sandy Shores when you've got to keep it under speed. This is the first time I've ever gotten this one, where you have to come all the way out here. All my deliveries have been in Los Santos proper. We're almost there now, though. Yeah, the cow crusher. There's a it makes a pretty chilling sound when you finish that mission, though, when you're spawning back outside the junkyard and you hear the screech of the metal getting crushed and stuff. It's pretty nasty. It always makes me think of the Italian Job at the end when Ed Norton's been caught and he's saying to the Russian mafia guys, please just don't shoot me. And the guy looks at him like, like he's an animal. And he says, I'm not going to shoot you. He's like, oh, thanks, He says, oh, no. I'm going to take you back to my workshop. Got some amazing machinery there. I think you're going to find it very interesting. That is just like the most chilling thing. Ugh. That's what that car crusher kind of reminds me of. All right, so if I had known that was going to be the mission, I wouldn't have done that one. But it's over with, and my nightclub popularity is up. And I prefer to keep it at 100% because then that safe generates 50 grand every in-game day. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not every 48 minutes. Like I said, I started using timers to actually time stuff lately. And part of the routine is doing the nightclub safe like when it hits 100 grand. So it hits 50 grand one cycle, the next cycle it hits 100, and I'll go pick it up at 100, and when I go to pick up the 100 grand, Marcel or whatever his name is will text me, and I'll have one of the simple popularity missions to get it back up to 100%. When I started running the timers, I originally set that one up for 96 minutes. Thinking 48 minutes times 2, because every 48 minutes 50 grand. It actually took 2 hours actually. So I'm thinking that the nightclub safe, I don't know if it's a bug or if that's just what it always was, and until I actually ran a timer I didn't notice, but it seems like it's not every 48 minutes, but instead it's actually every hour for the nightclub safe. I'm going to confirm that this week. I'm going to set up my timer for 2 hours and then start it right after I pick up the 100 grand. and see if it's accurate when I get the message that, you know, the safe is hit 100 grand. But I'm thinking that the nightclub safe is actually not every 48 minutes, but every actual hour instead, which seems weird to me. Everything else is, you know, the in-game day of 48 minutes, so we'll see. Not after he gets in, but he will spook if wreck in his sight before he gets in. Okay, so I see. So if you wreck the taxi before he gets in it and in his sight, then he will spook and he won't get in, you're saying. But once he gets in the taxi, it's over with. You can do whatever you want. He will never he'll never spook on you. Okay. Well, that's cool. I still need another popularity mission, but I'm going to do a nightclub sale first. We'll see where we're at money-wise afterwards. These still aren't filled all the way up, but it's all right. I want to clear them out. Get set up for the next night's AFK grind. I sold it kind of late last night. That's why it's not that high.
Well, how about this? You'll be dealing with an actual person this time. Make the first 2
All right, I'm familiar with this mission. Basically, we're going to get chased while we make the first 2 drops a little bit. But then at the 3rd drop, the buyer will be there. Looks like YouTube is lagging on me a little bit. I hope I'm not buffering too bad for you guys. YouTube has had this problem a little bit lately. But I've tested my my upstream bandwidth with my ISP, and it's honestly not bad. I've got like 50 megabit upstream, so I don't know what the problem is with YouTube. Probably because I'm streaming 1440p. I would do 1080p, but then the YouTube codec is terrible at that point, and it looks really rough. Although, if it's going to buffer, I mean, it doesn't always, though. Like, it was doing this a lot a couple weeks back, like last month. But then I want to say for the last week or so, it has not done this that much. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad to you guys, though. If it does, you know, I apologize. But it seems like it's just something that YouTube's been doing lately. We're about done anyways. After this nightclub sale, I'm going to end the stream at that point anyway. And we'll see where we're at money-wise. Yeah, it looks like the warning went away, so hopefully it's cleaning up a little bit. Ooh, look at that. We just beat the train. I'll be honest, I didn't actually realize it was that close when I made that turn, because I was kind of looking, oh, and the warning's back up again on my streaming software. Or on YouTube, I should say. So these guys are pretty easy to deal with. I usually just leave a, okay. So that guy managed to get by my, my mine, and he didn't get blown up by it. And I want to say it was because I wasn't looking, like, when he drove over it. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Alright. I do like the fact that GPS is, I don't know if it always has, but it's definitely added this road lately. And it's kind of a shortcut alley. So we're pretty bulletproof in this truck anyway. I mean, these guys can fire at me all they want. They would have to literally stop me and be right in my face to get me. Now, I will say this. If that happens, if they do manage to stop me, they will melt me pretty quickly. So I've got a more specific message from YouTube up on my screen now, but I can't look at it while I'm doing this mission. Something about my bit rate. I want to say I can turn the bit rate down, but I don't know if I can turn it down while I'm streaming live. Like, I feel like I would have to stop the stream in order to change that bit rate. Well, hopefully, once the stream is done and YouTube does its encoding, hopefully everything will be here in it still. Oh boy. So that was an example of them getting me stopped and them being right in my face right there. That can end badly really quickly. Alright. Alright, one more drop. Is this drop? Okay. Yeah, this drop's gonna be like over in Sandy Shores or something. Don't have much choice but to take the mountain roads on this one. We're so far away from the main road. Normally I would prefer the main road, but because of where we are, it just makes more sense to go this way for this one. Man, YouTube really dropped me, man. That sucks. Seriously, YouTube? Huh. Well, it is what it is. I mean, if they're not able to keep up with what I was sending them, I'll have to revisit the bit rate on this. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of this mission, so I'm kind of limited in my ability to turn my attention to it. Whoops. I hit the trees, though. Alright, we'll go this way. Looks like I lost all viewers because it timed out. But it still shows me as live, but with the warning. Huh. And it's not consistent. Like, my settings are the same that they always are. And then sometimes it does this and sometimes it doesn't. And I will say the other month when it was doing this, I tried turning the bit rate down. And, you know, going with the lower bit rate setting. And it still did it then, too. So I have a feeling that if their ingestion servers just can't keep up, they just can't keep up. I guess it's possible that it's my ISP also. But the thing about that is I ran, you know, like Ookla speed test when it was happening last month. And my bandwidth was fine. I had 50 megabit up available. Actually, because I'm using like 18 of it or 15 of it, I had like 35 megabit up available because, again, 15 of it was being used by my stream. So the math actually worked out. But the point is I had a total available of 50 the way I expected, and yet it was still like lagging out on me. So a little bit annoying. Kind of looks like it killed the stream tonight, but it's okay. We'll figure it out down the road. My apologies to everyone who was watching this and got like cut off on it. That's unfortunate that YouTube is not keeping up. And I'm gonna go with my compact grenade launchers.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna kill you. You motherfucker.
Hopefully, because we've had this still picture for a little while, hopefully it'll catch up. Now we got more coming in. I'm just going to kind of stay still. I'm hoping some of this still image will actually help YouTube.
You motherfucker.
It must have really lagged out on me because I see everyone has dropped. And actually, I see YouTube buffering too over there for myself even.
Imbecile.
All right, I think it's the last wave of these guys. And of course they parked in a way that made it really hard to get at them.
Of course I win.
Oh, I got them all. Nice, one shot. All right.
Catch you later.
All right. So we're going to call that a night because it looks like YouTube definitely wants me to stop. Even my monitor, like I monitor the stream on my phone over the air, actually, like from my cell service. And even that is lagging out pretty hard on me. So yeah, it's not keeping up. So, all right. So where are we at after it's all said and done? We're at 503.7 million. And that's pretty decent, man. We've done basically 43 million in the last week. So let me just put that in chat. Stream now. We are at $543.7 million. So not bad. Almost 44 million for the week since we hit 500 million last Monday. So sorry about that, guys. Sorry for the stream lagging out on us. Nothing I can do about it. It just looks like they're having some trouble. So it is what it is. But in the off chance that this does make it into the recorded version for people watching later, it should. Usually this stuff is fine later down the road. I will say, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Sorry it ended so bad with the buffering and stuff. It just YouTube's just not keeping up with us now. So anyways, everyone, we'll end it here. We're at 543 million, and as always, thank you very much for watching and have a great game.